I'm Sadie, married lady Belle. When I go
Yes,
by,
that's pop star Debbie Gibson, rehearsing for the first major tour of Funny Girl in over 30 years.
I will try to ask you a question no one else has asked. Have you put money in the show?
Only into my rehearsal costumes. I have a full wardrobe here. I actually finally brought them home to wash them because there were flies buzzing around them from all the sweat. You needed to know that, right?
Hey, it's an exclusive. 15 years ago, you would not see pop stars in Broadway, but this is going to be, hopefully, your second time there.
Yes. I've always believed that a performer's a performer. You know, I mean, if you claim to be a performer, then you should be able to juggle fireballs. Well, I can't do that, but close enough.
But you'll be touring with this. Has a Broadway date been set?
No, but there is a cutoff date for the tour, which is an exciting thing. It's not geared toward the road only. So it's scheduled to be on the road as of now for a year, and with the hopes that it will come to Broadway at that time. I have enough friends and relatives in New York that they could fill it up for at least a year.
Is this is not your first time on Broadway? You were in Les Mis.
I was in Les Mis. I played Eponine, which was one of my dream roles, and this is the dream role in my opinion.
What drew you to this show?
Everything. I mean, this show's got everything. The show's got a touching storyline. It's very true to life. You get to show personality. By the end of rehearsals in the last scene, I'm usually in tears. It's got the music of a lifetime. I mean, as a performer, you get to bring every emotion to the surface that you have.
Did you grow up listening to the original cast album of this and other Broadway shows? Have you always been a Broadway fan?
I actually had my equity card before I had my recording deal, so I've always been a theater person, and I did grow up listening to this soundtrack, and I didn't rent the movie, though, till later, like probably about 6 years ago or so. I rented it and just never returned it. So I have an outstanding bill.
I'm private Schmutz from Rockaway, and I guess you might report.
But what about the Barbara factor? At first, Debbie deferred that question to press agent Peter Cromartie.
So aren't you terrified to play Barbara Streisand's role?
Terrified.
My nose is a little crooked. That's a similarity. I think we have very different vocal styles. I mean, she's amazing, and I look up to her tremendously. But Barbara Streisand doesn't go through my head during a 10-hour rehearsal when you're working with other actors, and I don't look at Robert Westenberg and think Omar Sharif. It's just
He's your co-star.
Yes, you kind of concentrate on what you're doing and the other stuff everyone else seems to bring up. So I've been told I was brave to take on this role, but I mean, it's kind of nice to think that, but someone's got to bring it to a 90s audience, and
This is the first time it's actually been done on a scale like this since the original.
it's thrilling. I mean, we've all been coming into rehearsals every day from costume fittings going, wait till you see the rat-tat-tat suit, wait till you see the pregnant bride outfit, and it's exciting. It's really exciting to see it coming to life, and the cast is just amazing. I mean, they really took their time with it, and every effort is being put into it to make it a class act.
Have you been able to see any old films of Fanny Brice or any of the Baby Snooks radio programs?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in the Museum of Television and Radio pulling up stuff from the archive, so I've seen her do some really wacky things. She was quite a character. And I have a tape of the Baby Snooks radio stuff and sketches that she did on a lot of the old variety shows. And someone just brought in an album of all Fanny Brice material for me because I couldn't get a hold of that. I have signed 8x10 glossies of her.
Have you spoken at all with Ray Stark, who produced the original show and was her son-in-law?
No, I haven't spoken to him recently, but I met him a long time ago on an airplane, and I told him, remember, Mom? I told him that if there's anything I wanted to do, it was this.
A lot of people complain that there are just too many revivals on Broadway, but you're actually planning to do something about that with an original show.
Yes, I've actually started working on a musical of my own called Skirts, and I agree. I mean, I mean, Rent is an amazing show, but part of the thing is it's new energy. It's just something new. People are dying for it, and I think I have the right kind of energy and the right kind of knowledge of the pop audience and mainstream America, because I hang out on Long Island, and also the theater world. So I think with that blend, we're going to create something really great.
Are you doing the book and the music and the lyrics?
I'm doing the music and the lyrics. And the women who wrote the original, it was actually a film script. Hilary Carlip and Katie Ford, they wrote the original, and there was also a draft Richard LaGravenace had a hand in, but the two women are going to be writing the book.
What's it about?
It's a story that takes place in the 1960s, the year of the World's Fair, and it's about girl gangs who battle each other with dance to get to see who will get into the World's Fair. But there's more to the story than that, but that's that's in a nutshell.
So it sounds like a 90s West Side Story?
It kind of is. I mean, it's got touches of everything from Grease to Moonstruck to West Side Story in it. It's got a lot of energy and a lot of heart.
And least that anybody think that you've forsaken your recording career, you have a new album coming out with songs from Funny
Yes,
Girl.
there are 14 songs in the new album. It's been quite a summer. 2 are from Funny Girl. 2 are songs that I co-wrote with a woman from Nashville named Joyce Sweeney, and 10 are all original. And the album's going to be called Deborah, because I'm sick of people calling me Debbie, and I was from day one.
Well, you're a little older now. You were like doing this since 13?
I was recording publicly since 16, and I think people felt uncomfortable calling such a young girl such a formal name, or what they consider to be such a formal name.
That evening, at a party to promote her latest album, Debbie received best wishes from Sarah Hannah Gross, the official Two on the Aisle Broadway baby.
She came this evening to wish Deborah Gibson a very good tour, break a leg.
Don't let the quietness fool you. I heard her belting out Don't Rain on My Parade just moments ago.
Get ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer.